All right, welcome back to the homestead. Actually, today we are going to go outside of the greenhouse and I'm going to go into the garden and show you my favorite of all garden tools ever. You ready for that? It's called the Broadfork. Many of you know what a Broadfork is, but for those of you who don't, you're going to get a lesson because yesterday was Saturday and we spent the whole day working on the garden. Well, the kids spent the whole day working on the garden. I was over remodeling my new Temple View cottage. That's why I've been really busy and sparse on my videos. So anyway, we'll head out of the greenhouse. By the way, the greenhouse is doing amazing. We're just about, a month and a half away from our 1-year anniversary. And anyway, there's going to be a cool video coming up about that. Also, I've got a video all set up on our new lambs that we have. And another video all set up for freeze drying. I show you how to freeze dry eggs. I just got to get to my phone. I've got like probably 10 videos worth of content, but I'm just a horrible person at editing, obviously. Believe it or not, I do edit, even though it looks like I don't. You should see the stuff that I don't put in these videos. So let's go out into the garden. And by the way, please take a moment to like and subscribe. The only way I will get more motivated to release more content is if I know somebody is out there. Anybody. Mom, are you out there? Anybody. Talk to me. All right, let's go out to the garden and we will be doing some more videos in the greenhouse because there is an explosion of awesomeness that's happening. All right. Well, we're getting ready to plant the big garden. It's been absolutely impossible this year to do so because we took on a massive home remodel project across the street. But anyway, we're doing it anyway. So the cows have been out here fertilizing and we got tons of weeds to prove it. So I'm just going through and burning all of the weeds that I can. And hopefully burning seeds, and then we're gonna Broadfork it and till it up. So I'll show you that process and then we'll see if we have success here in a few months. Out here with Bryce with one of our favorite tools. So we've actually had the cows in here and they've been making this definitely a hard pan. We want their fertilizer, but the negative effect is that this ground's pretty tough and if I try to till it, it's gonna be a nightmare. So this year, well, I'll show you how we're going to loosen it up. First of all, you probably are aware of a Broadfork. If you don't have one, they're really pricey, but just a huge investment, especially if we ever had a need where we didn't have tillers and gasoline and tractors and such. This tool can loosen this up. It's going to take a lot of man hours, but it does so good. So let me just give you an example. So once you shove it in the ground, you just put all your, for me, my 200 pounds into it. For some of you that are smaller, you might not want to go with the widest one like I did. But Bryce, how much do you weigh? About 80?
95.
95 pounds. He's been doing it and a little bit of work, but he's been handling it pretty well. So once you get it in the ground, you just lift that up and you basically just spaded that part of your garden. So I'll go back with the tiller. If you had patience, you could actually lift this up, let it dry out, and then it would probably break pretty easy once it's dry, but we want to get the garden planted today. So this is what Bryce, here I'll show you. That's 200 pounds on that thing. Now watch 100 pounds. He can still do it. But that is a 24 inch, I think, or close to. That's the biggest they come. So again, if you're looking at the tool and you are a little smaller than me, I would maybe recommend the one smaller. So we're gonna go through a big square because we lay out our tomatoes under a big, probably what, 20 by 20 tarp. But when we go and do our potatoes, we'll just do one row with the Broadfork, skip it, one row with the Broadfork, and only till those spots. So we're not tilling the whole garden, making the garden, you know, ready for the weeds to grow back. So yeah, a lot of work. We'll get Devin out here as well to come and rip up, but man, Bryce is killing it. So he gets on because he doesn't have daddy's weight, and he just wiggles it back and forth, and it just naturally sinks on its own. Just with some wiggles. We're hitting a few rocks because the ground here is decent. Boy, the ground over at our new rental property across the street is phenomenal. I don't know, I've never seen soil that good in San Pete. It's almost got sand in it instead of clay, which is unheard of. So, all right, we'll keep you posted on the progress. So like this closet will be over here. Okay, now come take a look at it. You video me. Okay, come look at your closet. Bryce is learning how to use the tiller, but that is some good progress. So this is still really rough, but we'll let it dry out for an hour or so and come back and hit it and just get it really deep, really fine. There you go. Let's see how we go from absolute hard pan to broken up with the Broadfork to, you know, pretty decent already. And just wait till we can do one little follow through. But that's actually some quick tilling. If you've tilled before, you know how long it can take if you have crappy soil. All right, girl, get out of here. I don't know if I've showed you Miss Shasta Daisy. Good looking cow. Tico! Tico! Tico, come here, bud. Tico. Yeah. Well, I'm absolutely exhausted, as in destroyed. So I've been framing and doing the remodel all day today, which is Saturday, the day when I needed to get the garden done, and I didn't do anything. But guess what? Mrs. Homestead got the kids engaged, and we are planted mostly. So all of our tomatoes are planted in the little tomato mat area. Just 3 rows of corn over here. And then these are all hills for potatoes. So the only thing I have left to do is just this little section right here. So I'm going to take the Broadfork. We've already got one done. So I've got to just come here 1, 2, 3 rows maybe and till it. And we're gonna put some more corn over here. She's got some, I think there's pumpkins that she's growing along this fence. And then over here, butternut squash growing up the fence. And then we've got our grow beds planted. So super rewarding when I literally couldn't have done any of it. And then Becca and the kids just knocked it out. You know, let me come down here, the sun's in my face. You know, Becca and I have always been on the same page as far as the things that we want to do, but we have 8 kids. And so she's usually been just absolutely swamped with kids. And she still is, and we still are, but we don't have just like a little baby in the arms. You know, Keisha, she's like 3 years. And so it is just absolutely dumbfounding to me how much work got done today. I'm glad we're doing this rental house, but holy crap, it is hard to do a homestead. And I mean, one of these days I'm just gonna do small projects. If I'm doing a whole flipping house and right during planting season, but it's just super important that you don't make an excuse to not plant. You gotta make an excuse to plant. I'm very, very convinced everything I've been saying is not just lip service, but it's not easy either. So I don't know how I'm going to thread this in a video, but I don't know. The videos might be jumbled the next few weeks, so hang with me. Story, what are those? Where'd you get them? What are you going to do with them?
Oh, vipers.
Ew.
Okay, get it off the floor before Mrs. Homestead sees you.
Palisades, food.
Yeah. All right, you on, buddy?
Yeah.
Come over here just a little bit. By the way, the approved official shoe of the Broadfork is the flip-flop sandal known as the Tiva. So we've told you about how this is all hard panned up, and I can just tell you, if we were trying to just till this, I mean, it's an absolute nightmare. But this has worked pretty dang good today. I just go about 6 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches, so anywhere in between there, behind where I'm at, and just let my 200 pounds of twisted steel sink that down, get her up. Now, ideally, we've kind of mentioned that, like, this has been done earlier today, and so it's had a chance to dry out, so it's going to be a little bit easier with the tiller. But we've been able to just kind of rock this today. So back and forth, up and down, it just sinks down. It just naturally knows how to dig. One thing I would recommend, I don't even know what brand this is. I just know I went with the most heavy duty one I could find. If you're like me and you just want to get crap done, don't buy a cheap one. I'd even go have somebody weld one. But if I bought the ones on Amazon, they'd be broken already. So I would have saved probably $100 and I'd be ticked. So, you watching that, Bryce, how it flips up like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to do one more demonstration for you. Okay, so I'm at the end of my row. Well, that looks like hard work. Yeah, it is. It's way hard work. But it'd be even worse without my Broadfork. Look at that. I mean, this thing is just flipping way sturdy. If you're interested in what brand it is, I will find it. Let me know in the comments and I'll respond to you. Okay, so I want to show you the difference now. So I'm going to do another row right here. I'm going to show you me trying to till where it hasn't been Broadforked compared to where it has been Broadforked. And I hope you can tell the difference. So, hold on. Nope. So this area has been Broadfork. You see how deep that's sinking? Finally tilled yet because it's too wet, but now I'm going to show you what it's like to try to till without it being Broadfork. It's going to be a nightmare. think I just ran out of gas. Anyway, so look at this. The ground level's there. I mean, I didn't even go down like a half an inch. Now over here, again, it needs to dry out, and I need to hit it when it's drier. But you know, we're down about 4 to 5 inches. So it's worth investing in good tools. Like I say, and even if you didn't have a tiller, if you were more patient, then you'd be able to Broadfork, come out with a hoe and beat it down once it was dry, Broadfork it again, and you could probably till it up almost as good as a tiller. A lot more work. A tiller obviously saves a lot of time, but there you go. I just want to show you my favorite tool in the garden, the Broadfork. Me. Thank you, Sienna. So ideally we would let this dry out and hit it again on Monday. Today's Saturday, Monday Memorial Day. Most likely I'm going to plant it tonight because I'm not a patient person, but you can see how well that tilled in. That ground is like as hard as the back of my head. Hi, Keisha. Hey. Anyway, so that Broadfork, I mean, even though that was just 3 small rows, it probably saved me 40 minutes. And the result is much better than if I just wrestled with that tiller the whole time. There you go. All right, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Here you go.
No.
Come here.
Like over there.
Oh, I gotta catch Keisha first. I wanted to show you something. Okay, here you go.
No, like on the...
Oh, you want me to catch you up here?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, the anticipation is killing us all. Come on. Woo! All right, so if you made it this far, you just as well like and subscribe, right? Come on, baby. All right, I just wanted to show you something in parting for those of you who made it to the end. I wanted to show you my grow beds. So look at all this in front of it. So all of this volunteer lettuce from last year, it's kind of cool. It actually looks really good. I don't know if you can tell because the sun is like so bright. But anyway, we've got our grow bed planted, mostly carrots and onions. So we've got these 2, and we've also got 2 more right out front here. Let me show you. Oh, and look at this area here. Come on, that is so cool. You got to admit. And it's like seriously 20 degrees cooler. The pizza oven is going to go over there. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet because we got distracted with like buying houses and crap. Anyway, and then here's our other grow beds, and they are planted, believe it or not. The onions are just barely sticking out. So we'll keep you updated on the progress there. All right, see you next time. Peace out.